Hi guys, hi. Welcome to another of our team session. Today is Monday, June the 24th. It is the day after my birthday. Thankfully. And I am grateful to be alive and well. I'm grateful for another day. Welcome to this, our session, our second one for the month of June. And today we are going to be looking mostly at a number of things that are going on in Avon that are changing for the better, and it's exciting. And we as business people, we know that things happen, things change, and we move with we go with the flow, you know. And today our inspirational quote is: a champion is defined not by their wins, but by how they can recover after they fall. Now, there's a number of schools of thought concerning falling or failure. Some people say that there is no such thing as failure. Some people say that they don't fail. Some people say that they fail forward. Some people say that they only learn, they don't fail. Personally, I think that we fail. Things sometimes don't work out, and the thing fails. The thing does not work out. Where it gets a little tricky is when we are thinking that because the thing didn't work out, the thing failed, that we want to consider ourselves as failure. Now, that is not correct to say. We're not failures. The thing failed. And it is said that we learn so much more from the things that did not work out. We learn a couple of things. We learn about ourselves. We learn about our limits. We learn about what we can handle. We learn about our capacity to deal with things. We learn so much about ourselves when things do not work out the way we would want it to. And then we learn about the thing. Is for example, they say that Edison tried and I guess failed to develop the light bulb. He was the one who we don't create anything. Things are there, and he was the one that developed the light bulb. And they said that it failed thousands of times. But what he said was that he learned how many thousands of times things that do not work, so that he knows that not to do that again. And also where it gets interesting is that some of us keeps doing and repeating the things that don't work out, which really can be a little unwise. So it is for us to learn from the mistakes, learn from the failures, so that as we go on, I hear somebody say, there's a statement that they say is that they get better at failing. That's an interesting thought, that what they do is, as they go on, they don't repeat the same quote unquote failures. They are now failing better They are now doing things better. They are not repeating the same mistakes. They are learning and growing as they go forward. So, that's our inspiration today, where a champion is defined not by their wins, but by how they can recover when they fall. And God knows we all fall. We fall down, and some of us fall hard. And but it's for us to get back up and try again. Try and try and try again, because giving up is not an option, in the sense that we don't give up on the dream. There are some aspects of what we do that we might consider changing it. We might consider it as giving up on that aspect of things, and to take on something else so that we can fulfill our dreams. And that's how we want to be looking at it. So that's our inspirational thought for today. And of course, we continue to have the vision, and as I personally continue to work on myself, to develop myself, I'm seeing more and more the importance of having the vision, the personal vision, and having the team vision. And so the vision is still there, bigger, better, deeper, stronger, because we have to be growing. Our mission as Avon, in Avon Nation, is to celebrate women's power to make a beautiful and positive impact in the world. Isn't that fabulous? To celebrate a women's power to make a beautiful and positive impact on the world. And that's what we're doing. We're empowering each other. Avon is empowering us to make a beautiful and positive impact on the world. And just as we look back on a couple things, of course, before we even go to Spring Fling, is the Mexico trip. As you know, that I earned the Mexico trip. I went on the Mexico trip, and it was fabulous. It was everything that I heard about Avon's vacation, and then some. I mean, I got treated royally. Of course, not just me, but everybody that went, even from before I got there until while we're there at the airport. Everything was just it's just beautiful. It was just beautiful. The way things were just set in motion. It just make you think that somebody thought about you. Sometimes you go on vacation and you just feel, like lost. You're just on your own. But with the Avon vacation, somebody was with you every step of the way. We had our dedicated check-in area where we were checked in. We were all upgraded from a shared room to single rooms, and that was just fantastic. We had a welcome dinner. We had a farewell party on the beach. That was just fabulous, and everything was just really, really good. I keep saying it could have been anywhere, because it wasn't so much Mexico that was great, because we were pretty much on the resort for the duration of the stay. But we were just treated royally while we were there. And so that was Mexico, and I wouldn't want to be missing another Avon vacation. Avon Spring Fling, a couple of us went to the Spring Fling in New York, and it was really good. It was very, very informative. And one of the main things that I wanted to share with you was how Steve Bossum, who's our sales manager, he explained the whole matter of the well, as much as he could, the items that were in short supply. And when you compared the number of items that we have in totality, which is over 1,500, to the amount that were short, it really was insignificant in terms of the number. But of course, when we have products that our customers want, that is affecting our bottom line, it's like it doesn't even matter if it's 5%, 10%, 50%. We want to be having those products. So it was very interesting. And of course, they talk about going to Jamaica and all those upcoming incentive, and they've actually changed things with regards to Make It Jamaica. Now, they are refreshing our homepage, and our homepage is going to be looking different come campaign 16. So we'll be seeing a fresh look. They've also changed the gifts that have now been given when persons sign up as representatives. They're changing the sets. As you know now, it costs $30 to become an Avon representative, and the representative can choose one of 3 gift sets that they want us to use as their starter items to promote their Avon business. So they've changed it now, and they are now having, so this is starting campaign 16, and this one is all the best sellers. That's one set. It's Avon True Color Love at First Lash Mascara in Blackest Black, Avon Vitamin C Serum, and Avon True Color Quad, and Magic Perfector, and the Flourish. Oh, there's a perfume now. Oh, nice. And of course, 2 books. And so that's just one set. Oh my God. What? That's just one set. That's fantastic. And then they have the other set, which includes another bunch of items, which one of them is the vitamin C is also included in it, as well as samples for the vitamin C, and the a new Hydrofusion gel cream. So, and then the third one is being led with the Magic Perfector, Face Perfector. That is my absolute favorite product that I use every day on my face, because I get greasy, so that mattifies my face before I apply any foundation or concealer. So I just really love that. The next thing is we now have a new BFF. So this is for fundraiser, friend Finley the Fox. And he's available as in the fall. He'll be available in the fall for our fundraiser, which we can use for both online and regular. Now, what Avon is encouraging us to do with regards to fundraiser is to decide on what cause we would want to be supporting. So, for example, if you are you have a soft spot for animal care, then they are suggesting that you lead with that, to say, I truly have a passion for animal care, the animals that are neglected. And so you may identify, for example, an animal shelter and approach them to say, I would like to host a fundraiser on your behalf. You might have a passion for the arts, and so you might want to approach dance schools or schools of the art and say, hey, I have a passion for what you do. Can we collaborate in this? And I think it's a good thing. Some people, it's young people, and so you might seek a youth group, whether in your church or in your community, to say, hey, I would love to support you in this regard. So you're leading with the passion, you're leading with the thing that you care about most, and to say, hey, this is what I want to do. You may be a part of a church and you may have a group there that they are up and coming, whether it is a dance group, it's a singing group, or just a youth group, and you really want to help them to be more productive. And finances, they need finances, so you might want to lead with that, to say, hey, listen. So you approach the leader and say, hey, I really care about what you do, and I would love to support. And this is what we can do, because you can't do it without them. You would want for them to be getting customers as well. And especially when it's online, you can now broaden it to say, hey, this is where my passion is. This is what I'm trying to support. And then you appeal, for example, to your Facebook family to say, hey, this is what I'm donating to. Will you help me by making a purchase to support this cause? And so you're leading with the cause in that regard. I think it's a good thing, and that I really want to be using that as I go forward to be doing fundraisers. So I really love that. So but Finley the Fox is coming out in campaign 6. They have now, so Avon is saying, starting campaign 16, you'll earn according to the regular compensation plan on your sales from all fundraisers based on your president's recognition program level and order size. So it's no longer going to be automatic 50%. It is going to be according to the level that you are at, that Avon will compensate, will donate, give for fundraisers. That's interesting. They have now come up with simpler guidelines for organization sales tax exemption for the printed flyer, and these will be available in campaign 16. And so that is interesting. Now, Avon's terms and conditions, those they would like for all representatives to accept the terms and conditions online, and so they're asking that you do that by Sunday. Sunday is the latest. Sunday is June the 30th. That we should accept the terms and conditions for that. So you go to Avon now, and you accept the terms and conditions. You can also print out or just read the terms and conditions on a PDF to see what you're actually signing up for. Now, I wanted to share with you something that our CEO, Laurie Ann Goldman, wrote an article about 5 rules for life, and I found them interesting, so I wanted to share them with you. So her 5 rules are: number 1, passion is always stronger than fear. And she said, I've never felt fear is a bad thing. At some level, it comes with any new situation or challenge. It makes you ask yourself question, am I good enough? And then you get on with the job of showing yourself that you are in fact good enough. And she said that the problem comes in that fine line between being energized and paralyzed. Fortunately, there is an antidote for that kind of paralysis. Here, have real passion for what you're doing. Passion gives you the power to blow through self-doubt. If you love it, you're going to find a way to do it. I like that. Number 2 is trust until there is a reason not to. When you look around today, pick your institution, there is a debris field of reasons not to trust. So I think too many times we throw up the emotion hurricane shutters before we have a reason to. I go into every relationship believing that people are who they are and who they say they are and will do what they say they will do. Now that can change in a heartbeat when I think the words don't match the music. But trust is the place to start. Our number 3 says gender is only an issue when you allow it in. There's absolutely no doubt, she said, that things like gender discrimination and harassment are real and awful. This might not work for everyone, and it's probably social heresy. But my superpower has always been to act like my gender doesn't exist. I'm not one of the boys. I am not one of the girls. I'm just a person with a job description. I took my place at the conference table. I asked questions. I asked for tough assignments. I asked for more money. But all that had to be predicated on one thing. I always made sure that I was really good at my job. The funny thing is that that kind of confidence doesn't come naturally to me. It doesn't have to. It's an acquired skill. And like any skill, you get better with practice. Oh, this is good, Lori Ann. This is good. I never intended to read them like this, but I mean, I find that they're really interesting. Her number 4 says, you can run from who you really are. But people will find you. I had one of those bosses who was an emotional terrorist in the office, but actually a pretty nice person when you got her out alone, even fun. One day I asked her, why are you so different when you're outside the office? She said that she didn't think that her real personality would work. If people didn't fear her, they wouldn't follow her. And then she gave me some advice. I was too nice. It was going to progress in my, if I was going to progress in my career, I was going to have to decide whether I was a nice person or an effective boss. Her advice stayed with me, and I've ignored it. It takes courage to be yourself, especially if, like me, your confidence is a conscious decision rather than a natural gift. But in the long run, if you're good at your job, being who you are makes things a whole lot easier on everybody. It removes the guesswork. I think I agree with you. Definitely agree with that, with you, with that, Lorianne. I would want to be myself any day, because at the end of the day, I'm lazy, and being anybody else or being anything else takes far too much energy. And so I prefer to just be myself all day. And our number 5 says, when in doubt, trust what you don't know, you know. When in doubt, trust what you don't know, you know. My father was a surgeon and the CEO of a major hospital, university hospital. My mother was an artist. One day, she woke up and said to my father, "We need to sell every stock that we have." She had never read a Wall Street journal, and he did. That was a week before 2008 market, the 2008 market meltdown. I asked her how she knew, and she shrugged her shoulder and said, "I just did. I believe strongly in the quantitative side of life. In business, it's my mantra. My mantra is, if you can't measure it, it isn't real. But many times you have to act on this mysterious alchemy of who you are, what you have learned, and where you have been. It's a combination that works in mysterious ways. Sometimes you know what to do because, as my mother said, you just do." That's interesting. And that's something that I am currently learning, to trust my inner self, to trust my spiritual self, because life is interesting. I'm glad I read that. I hope that you find value in that as well. And so now, from some fun facts about where we are financially now. Our sales to date is 31,578. We are still ahead of where we were last year, but to me, not ahead enough. But still, we're still in the game, so anything can play. Any number can play. I just want to thank you for your time and attention to this recording. And I'm glad that I did it. I learned so much from doing this tonight, and I hope you find value in it. I will end with the inspirational quote we started with. A champion is defined not by their wins, but by how they recover from their fall, or when they fall. How they recover when they fall. That's by Serena Williams. And trust me, she knows a thing or two about falling, literally and figuratively. And so I am delighted to encourage you today to stick to it. And you deserve to figure out what's going on with what you're in, and spend the time to think deeply about what you are doing and why you're doing what you're doing, even more importantly. And it's important that we are doing what we're doing with a level of consciousness, that we are doing it with thought, and with feelings, and and adding up the dots, connecting the dots to what you're doing, knowing that it is the income, it is the investment that will definitely reap the reward. So the number of investment, the amount of investment will definitely determine what the returns are going to be. So I hope you found value in this presentation to you, and work like a champ, work like a champion this summer, and keep pushing, because it certainly is possible. God bless you, and have a wonderful, wonderful night.